Hare Krishna. We see how such a great demigod like Lord Shiva, he himself, who has so much control over the material world, almost complete control, because he and Durga Devi are the immediate cause of this whole entire material universe. And such a great personality as Lord Shiva is all the time meditating on Lord Krishna and completely dependent on his mercy for all his, for everything. And imagine we who are so insignificant refuse to meditate on the Lord for everything. We feel that we can manage things on our own. We are so proud. We're so infatuated about our own some insignificant talents we have. And the problem is, when we identify like this with our bodies, then we somehow feel that we are the doers. And so because of that, we don't feel humble even to take shelter of the Supreme Lord, who is the greatest. And that's why those who don't take shelter of the Lord are called less intelligent. If you use your intelligence, then you'll see that even the greatest person, Brahma, who's the creator of this whole universe, Shiva, who's the destroyer, all of them are taking complete shelter of the Lord. Then where am I? Under what great confidence am I refusing to take shelter of the Lord? That's our stupidity, and that's why they are called less intelligent. And we see how Krishna, even whoever it may be, if they take shelter of him, he gives complete protection and they are glorified. Whoever they may be, even a kid, if he takes shelter of Krishna, he becomes so famous, so eternal, permanently famous, glorified, like Prahlad. Prahlad was only a small child, but because he took complete shelter of Lord Narasimha, he glorified him so much. Lord Narasimha glorified him so much that even when Lakshmi Devi was afraid to approach him to see this angry form, and Prahlad and Narasimha would not become pacified by anyone else's request. Only when he saw Prahlad, he was completely filled with loving energy and he became pacified. And just for the sake of his devotee, he created this avatar. He came out of this pillar and he's glorified. His devotee becomes so glorified, or even Dhruva for that matter. So whoever it may be, Krishna has no discrimination, and simply whoever we may be, if we meditate on the Supreme Lord, we can also become so glorious and accepted by the Lord. So, and on the other hand, we see that those who are puffed up, even if they are very religious and very knowledgeable in the Vedas and so on, if they are very puffed up about their material situation, even the religiosity part, then they fail to recognize. Maybe they have some faith in the Supreme Lord, definitely, but because of their pride, they may not recognize great devotees. For example, Daksha was the son-in-law of Lord Shiva, and when he went, when he was invited to some yajna performance, and Lord Shiva was also there, and he was deep in meditation of the Supreme Lord. So when Daksha entered the arena, everyone else got up out of respect for him. But Lord Shiva was not even aware of his arrival, and so he was lost in his meditation, and Daksha got so angry and he committed great offense against Lord Shiva, for which later on his head was beheaded. So in this way we see that such a, Prajapati, great Prajapati like Daksha also, if we are, because he was tinged with a little pride about his material position, his talent and so on. So he couldn't recognize Lord Shiva, whom he felt was very inferior, because he stayed by the crematorium and he was just wearing a deer skin and so on. Even though he was his son-in-law, he had no great respect for him because of this being puffed up about their material, whatever condition. So that is why it's very dangerous to be puffed up about anything material, to depend on anything material, because that means we are under false ego, and all the time we want to show others that we are superior to them, and we are desperate to get their admiration and respect. And if we don't get it, we are finished. We just go crazy and we are ready to commit any kind of aparadha, or we lose our intelligence. So, if we are truly intelligent, then we should understand that anybody who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord becomes so glorious, and they don't have to canvas about their greatness to others. None of these great devotees canvas that how great they are, but the whole world worships them anyway, and they're not bothered also if they are worshipped or not. They are worshipping the Supreme Lord, and that satisfies them completely. So, this is intelligence, that everything good automatically descends upon a devotee. They don't have to strive for some result, for some desire to be fulfilled. Simply by taking shelter of the Supreme Lord, everything will be perfect and complete. Hare Krishna.